It's not an option. Oh, it pre-fired. Oh, Woo-choo. 90 degree, no scope, no problem.
Will still be 3 on this beat fight. First man dead. And second. 3.
Flexes for a little bit. Now he's going to be making his way over the dark and around it on to box. Get the cross. Get a retake. Be aware that it may be dark. Oh man, Frosty, he's got it.
He could have managed that economy well.
Oh, pushing grabs. He could have a second if he goes for it. He just pushes out again. There's just more. What is that from QBY? He wants it. He wants the game. He wants to be able to say that he can. QBY with an 80. One angle to walking right into the crosshair of Frosty. And he shuts it down. SJ now knows where to look. Frosty finds another. He's not taking any prisoners. Frosty with a third.
Weapons hot. Got one. Yeah. He's down. This area is clear.
The last man alive.
He has to go.
The clutch is out. The 1v3. He's knocked down low from that already. 32 seconds left, and it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Hyenas Unity pick up the final kill and win the Volpid series 3-1.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Volpid series season 3. It is the last quarterfinal left over, and we are about to decide who's gonna fill the bracket of semifinals. We've got Roblox Gaming waiting for their opponent, which is gonna be decided today. It is Regufe esports playing up against Zonked esports, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a hell of a match. At least I hope so. The boys from production try to convince me that it's not gonna be interesting, but I bet there are some individuals that can prove the opposite, and I'm really curious to see how this whole matchup heads out. We are waiting for the players to get ready and start this rock and roll action, which I hope is going to be rock and roll indeed. I had a pretty boring day today, and I'd like to mix it up, colorize with beautiful plays by these players. Regufe, as mentioned, versus Zonked. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a knife round. I'm not sure if that's already juggler or not. But we'll see. Just a couple of moments. Get ready. Get everything set. Bring your cup of coffee, tea, whatever you like. Maybe some cookies, biscuits. I don't know. What do people normally like to eat when watching a matchup? Something sweet and very hydrating. Alright, it seems like we've got this game underway just a couple of seconds before we delve into the matchup. And yeah, it seems like we will have to witness the knife round before we start off the matchup. Haven't seen any quarterfinal played out in the Volpid series season 3. I didn't have time to watch through all of them, but I know that the bracket of semifinals is Gamax Esports versus Captain and Co, which I think sounds very, very curious and very intriguing. But right now, we do have a matchup about to start, about to kick in. 0-0, as we are yet to decide who's going to pick up the very first pistol round of this matchup on Inferno. The first map to start off with. It's the best of 3 format, and we've got the pistol rounds underway. A bit of a passive play by Regufe Esports as they are anticipating for some banana control, for some banana push-up by Zong, but we are having exactly the same. It's pretty much mirrored at this point. Both teams are playing very carefully, not willing to overextend. but rather play this one methodically. Seems like the first point of contact is going to be prone towards the B side of the map, Banana to be more precise, for Regufe esports. Trying to take control of that area specifically. And there's nobody from Zonked esports to fend it off, so they can easily knock on the door and they will be welcomed until they cross the line to the B-bomb site itself. Nobody from Regufe esports around the A-bomb site, meaning 3 of those players will find no application just yet, but these 2 are about to start pushing in. They see the opposite utility usage by Regufe esports, which means they are not going to use any flashbang in reverse. Some from Regufe esports to clear their way into the B-bomb side. There is one smoke in front. This obscures their vision a lot, but the first frag rains in. Jill coming in for the retreat as well. And that's a 4v4 so far. Bart plus his teammates, they are spamming on through, bombarding these players with their presence. RSF, good lord, he switches himself up to a USPS and does land up another one. 2 frags, 3 in total, and that's all by himself. Maybe worth an ace? No. The answer is not, and Bart will be up there to shut him down. Almaz, the player behind the corner, we're gonna shut them down eventually. 2 for Almaz and 3 for RSF. Great Glock and USB usage. I think that was Almaz to take down 2 with a P250, so a mix of 3 pistols, so to say, that won them the first round on the T side. And we've got a full eco from Zonked, which is not gonna yield them the round, I believe. You don't normally account for getting around with only pistols. Especially with pistols like that, there's only 1 P250. The only thing they can hope for is to think Regufe esports will finally end up on the A-bomb side, but that is less likely again. These players are experienced enough and they take it very carefully. They understand that there could be a trap set up somewhere, either on A or B, and that's the main reason they are taking this one very carefully. We saw them do the same on the pistol round, and it seems like this is the pace they want to go for at the beginning of this game. Maybe this will be changed, but why would you if this works so far so good? RSF closer to the long position, I believe. Swigger, he's gonna realize that there is nobody up here on the B-bomb side, only 1 in fact, and those shots have been taken already. That's a very wise move. They've forced the rest back, but there is still 1 player up there, so it's totally fine. Swagger will clear it out. He will find out that there is nobody on the B-bomb side. This will activate the rest of the pack. Almaz, perfectly nice, positioned well enough to get the frag. Catches off the rotations, and there's only 1 route left that can be taken by Zonked esports. That's the banana position, to be more precise. Just a matter of some residual kills, and that's going to be provided. Only 1 for Bart. Better than nothing for sure. Would love something more, but at least an outcome like that. Didn't lose anything. They had a full eco round, and now this is going to come down to a full buy, full flash buy on both of the sides. We do have 4 M4s with a silencer at the end and an M4A4. Yeah, with number 4 at the end. Let's put it that way. 2 AKs and 3 Galils for the Regufe side. Utility is also healthy enough to pave their way into either of those sides. Cause the rotations by faking them out, and also baiting the utility of Zonked esports. It is not I was going to say it's not that good, but that's fair enough. Should be sufficient for them to rep out a victory here on the CD side. RSF getting the nade ready. Long lineup. And some utility to accompany his play as well. 3, make it 4 players stacking around this place, and there are 3 from the Zonked side on the A. 1 guy's getting ready to rotate back in to help them out. This is where the action is currently centralized. We do see 2 players on the lawn, and they are unable to take down ID. What's going on? 2 players shooting him at the same time, but they have no impact. No beneficial impact for Regufe esports. They all fall apart. I guess that was a beautiful flashbang. Didn't pay attention to the kill feed at that point in time, but yeah, it should have been a flashbang. Otherwise, I cannot imagine Heidi was easily allowed to take down 2 players like that. Regufe, quick shuffle of things, and this can potentially bring them a good plant here on the B-bomb side. They have to read the up-close presence. They do that. They shut him down. The bomb is going to be planted, and this can be a round victory for them. Still, don't count them out. 3v4. We do have a smoke to be lined out across the coffins area. Kaz is making sure nobody's coming in from the back. There is nobody as we look at the minimap on our side. Deadly waiting for the presence right there. And guess what? Make it 2. Jills are coming out of the smoke as well. And this is going to be a 1v1. Shiduki. Oh, I'm pretty sure Kaz is heard the tap right there. It came through his body. He's tapped the bomb, but Shiduki plays it down to perfection and wins out the round. Incredible. That was a 3v5, and all of a sudden, Regufe esports recover. What the hell just happened? That was a brilliant round for Zonked. It looked to be so, but then all of a sudden, 2 players found the kills, and they shut down the rest of Zonked players, despite being in a very disadvantageous position. Regufe esports nicely recover. We do have a push down the middle position. Katz is taking down the first. Jills accompanies it up as well, but I don't think it's going to be worth anything more. 2 kills is all fine, but they've got to pick up 3 more. Heidi is right there. Where is he? Okay, he's underground. He's burning, and now they know where he is, so they can just pick up the bomb, but it seems like they don't want to waste their time going and planting the bomb down. They just want to kill him as fast as possible. And this is exactly what's going to happen in this round. Make it 4 to Regufe esports. And yeah, it seems like this entire CD side looks very fragile for Zonked esports. This is so unfortunate to see that round slip out of their hands. The third, to be more precise, could have been theirs for sure. Still, let's focus on what's going on right here. We do have a plenty of utility used. Shidoki coming on through. There is a guy behind the molly. That obscures the vision of the T's heavily so. And that's gonna enable him to get 2 frags in that position. Spamming through. RSF makes his best to deny his presence right there. Heidi tries to help out with a bit of utility. Oh, SCB, he's gotta leave. He's gotta leave as soon as possible. As long as possible, excuse me. But he's gonna escape eventually, which is great news for them. They preserve 1 body on the B-bomb side. It could have been an equalized situation had RSF sprayed him down eventually. That didn't happen. Kazes spots out the player towards the apps position. And now they have a bit of information. They know that there is 1 guy towards apps. There were 2 players around the B-bomb side as well. So you can assume this could be a B attack. But look at this. There is still 1 player right there. The player in the arch area, that's OSCB. The player who got heavily injured. It's rotated back, but he is capable of faster rotation compared to his rest of the team. Again, 1 player only on the B-bomb side. If he gets shut down right now with no help by OSCB, he's very susceptible. He's got only 22 HP left. Heidi getting a frag, a very crucial one. RSF down to 43 HP. He goes. There was a flashbang on top. 14 seconds. They've got to hurry up. And Molly deployed. And that's not going to burn him down to crisp instead. Heidi picks up 2 more frags and ends this round in a very dramatical fashion for Regufe esports. Finally, they are with their first on the board. And yeah, I've got to say, he burned out eventually, but the round had already been won by Zonked esports, and really credit to Heidi right there. I don't know why I wanted to say Goofy. Really don't know, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, Heidi, really nice utility usage and very nice mobility right there around the triple area, which is normally not something you can account for in that position. You're normally worth only 1 or 2 frags, but not 3 total. Great job by him. There's a smoke in front, and they're gonna storm through. No impact by Heidi this time around. And that's gonna be the entire set piece. Getting closer to being fragile here on the A-bomb side, but not for too long, as there are 2 more players sitting up there. That is Kazis and his teammate Bart. One more player spotted. Takes it very precisely, very accurately. Finishes the job off for Zonked esports there on the A-bomb side. And makes the score line pretty much huffed. We do have some economy for Regufe esports, which allows them to rebuy. That is really great news. They have accumulated enough money to have a couple of backup buys. This is probably their final one. If they lose this round, Case's beautiful shot taken towards the middle position. Swagger, you are out of the game, buddy. Your buy-up didn't bode well. And this is something you're gonna regret. You should have saved your money. Not lose it in such a dramatical fashion. Oh, SCB getting a frag. Trade frag to be more exact. But these will be brought back by RSF. And they will execute the B side of the map, it seems. Nobody to attack them from the city spawn. RSF getting the bomb down. There is one guy behind the smoke. And the Zonked esports have got to wait for the rest of the corps to charm in with their presence. They're still waiting for one more player to rotate back in. That's Bart coming in from the city spawn. Get a nice lineup for the smoke towards the banana position. There is one player right there, so this will alleviate some pressure here for Zonked esports as they're retaking the site. There are 2 defuse kits available on both of the players. Bart and Chase is getting on through. AWP in play, plus M4, A1S, the smoke covering the defuse, but not for too long. It will be denied. RSF takes him down and wins out the round for his team. Nicely done. Also denying the last player alive, which would have probably been dead had he not done that, but yeah, great. Regufe esports again with their very aggressive playstyle. At the end of the day, you know, they like to take things very seriously and very slowly in the beginning of the rounds, but then as it moves on, as it escalates, they obliterate their enemies with pure aggression. It's been ubiquitously seen there on the B-bomb site. Same on A with their force 5 pushes. Cases, great op utilization rather, over there on the lawn area. Swagger, he thinks about trying to recover some space there on lawn. That's a risky job, a risky decision to take. There's nobody around the corner, but it still puts up the pressure on him because he doesn't have any information right there, or he's gonna jiggle pick it perhaps. Got Dookie in the palace. The beautiful AK. Hiding behind the pillar. Gonna be trying to seal the deal with that first contact player. Swagger down to 31 HP. Still alive. 4v5. Dookie throws out the flashbang. Gonna enable his team to move a little bit further. But is it good enough for the round victory? I'm not exactly sure. Bar still down below. Has a brilliant position to operate from. And he does get another frag. Cases again. One player pressure down by 2. No longer make it 1. And he's gonna get another 3 kills to his name. And he's having fun with them there on the A-bomb side. It all started with the first opening frag towards lawn. I think that was onto RSF, I believe. Not exactly sure. That wasn't Swagger for sure. Swagger was next in line to try and recuperate that, but wasn't good enough 29s for Zonked Esports. They are a little bit low on their economy. There's a fast push, a great crossfire set by them. And that will deny all the plans of Regufe Esports to make this one aggressively executed again. They'll have to sit back and wait for Zonked Esports to run out of steam perhaps, but there is plenty of it. They are still full of energy right there on the B-bomb side, and they are not showing any signs of losing that. Perfectly shielding that side of the map against Regufe Esports. And this is exactly what they need. They've got to bring the pace back, which they have accumulated for, you know, in the past couple of rounds. They've had a very nice upswing in terms of their performance here on the CD side. We do have a full eco round for Regufe Esports, so this is likely to be an equalizer. In terms of the numbers you can see now on the score line. The 10th round kicks in, and we are almost approaching the end of the half. That's so fast actually. The rounds are flitting just like life. You know, I always say that life is very flitting, and even at my age, everything is very, very fast moving. But the same is in CS actually, right? You blink and all of a sudden it's been like the first half gone, so to say. And yeah, that was an easy pickup by Zonked Esports, as speculated. Nothing too gorgeous by Regufe Esports. They do get some damage, but not enough for the round victory or even for a significant damage to the economy of Zonked Esports. You can't tell who's gonna pick up this map just yet. You could forecast that based on Regufe's first couple of rounds where they dominated Zonked Esports, but yeah, right now it's equalized, and really hard to say how this one is gonna pan out. Somebody told me that Regufe Esports are still, you know, considered to be a little bit more powerful, at least judging on their statistics. But again, that's a best of 3 format, and each team gets to choose their map to play on. Regufe Esports still yet to close out this half on the T side. Zonked Esports on the city. And we've got some smokes line in front. Not a lot of utility for Regufe Esports. There comes a spray down by Heidi. Doesn't lose any HP. But the question is for Regufe Esports, as they are yet to deal with Heidi. Finally, they get him down. And that's a 4v4. 25 seconds on the clock. A little bit more, but that molly actually complicates things for Regufe Esports. They are still approaching this while very methodically, very steadily. Jill's left unsupervised here in the church area. He's gonna deal with these two players. 10 seconds again. They've ground the clock down in this round. They've been doing that over and over again, and that's gonna be another easy shot by Cases. Has been repeatedly grounding at least 2 frags over the past couple of rounds, and he's gonna repeat that in this one as well. Nicely done, and they snatch out the lead, 6-5. 1 round difference. Regufe Esports are behind. That was a full buy, mind you, so now they do have to go for 5 deagles and only 1 piece of armor. That looks terrible, but deagles can be as deadly as any other weapon in the game, so be very careful about that. And yeah, right now, this is the best thing Zonked Esports can do, knowing that Regufe don't have enough money to rebuy fully into this one. They can use their utility to fullest and make sure they deal as much damage as possible. This is exactly what happened to Deadly. Got dead by the deadly hands of Zonked Esports. Quite a nice game of words here, right? Got dead by deadly hands of deadly Zonked Esports. Or, you know, by the hands of Deadly Chilza, who plays for the Deadly team named Zonked Esports. Oh, well, could be that way. Got 3 players inching closer to the B-bomb side. One guy trying to make a difference around the lawn area. Not gonna be allowed. Jilza, perfectly nice. Fast reaction by him, sees a tip of the head, and shuffles him off in this round. 2v5, as Regufe esports are yet to find a single frag, and it's not gonna happen. All of them fall. Unfortunately, that is the case, and we've got the first terrorist timeout. Regufe esports requested, and they get it, of course. We are a democratic event. We are a democratic tournament. We give timeouts. We don't deprive any opportunity from any of the teams playing in this fall tournament. Season 3, if you didn't know, guys, this is already the 3rd iteration of Volpid series, and although I've never casted any previous ones, I've only been involved in this 3rd season. It is still a very interesting pack of action. Very interesting, mix of events happening in the tournament, and I bet the production stuff has improved a lot over these 3 seasons you've probably seen. So really credit, guys, to making these tournaments possible, making them a reality. Oh, what a nade! Double nades! Goodbye, RSF! Rest in peace! You don't like that. He soaked it all in. Double nade under his legs. 1, okay, I'll tolerate that, but not the 2nd. I'm not durable enough. Swagger complimenting the play of his teammate with a flashbang. Got 3 players putting themselves towards the A side of the map. Very hard round at stake. With Regufe esports, well, if we were talking about professional Counter-Strike, they could probably relent and try to save their weapons, because their economy is so bad. They can play for this round, but there is no guarantee that's gonna be won out. 5 players standing tall, scattered around the entire map, and waiting for the advent of Regufe esports to come. Oh, that's gonna slow down a lot. I would probably save had I been Regufe esports, but they are not going to do that. Double fragged and short, and that's gonna be a bomb plant. Maybe not. Oh gosh, just 1 millisecond away from denying the bomb. But that was the only player alive still for Zonked esports, which could have honestly been one out, but yeah, oh, that came down to the wire. That was very, very close, I should say. 7-6. Regufe esports do pick up the round. And this is not gonna hurt the economy position of Zonked esports that much. They have racked up sufficient amount of cash. They've got their money boiling over in their bank accounts, so they can afford anything they like at this point. It may become a little bit... Well, I don't think it's gonna get worse, even if they lose all 5 players in the upcoming rounds. I think they'll still have enough money to rebuy in the upcoming one. So 2 rounds left before we crown the one who comes out victorious here on the first half. We do have the first guillotine provided towards Case's buddy. It's been done by Deadly. I like his nickname. Describes how deadly he is, indeed. Jiduki. Totally watching some aggression. Making sure nobody from Zonked esports knocks on the door and busts is open. 2-4-2. Give me a favor, win this round, Zonked. I know you're only 2 guys on the A-bomb side, but... Well, if you combine that with one more, which is Jilza right there behind the arch area. That's gonna be 3. He's also on fast rotations, ready to regroup back to the B-bomb site. As Regufe trying to open the window of possibility towards the B side of the map. They're gonna pick up the bomb. And they are still grinding the clock down. It looks like they will change their destination to the A-bomb side instead. And that's going to be very interesting. Oh, the rotations. They start thinking about that. There is one player up close. The first challenge to deal with. And they're going to get things done. One more left of the A-bomb side. There is one smoke to cover him off. And that can be good enough for the kill. It is indeed, but not for more. It is all calm down to end for Zonked Esports. It seems 2v4. And there is not a lot they can do about this round. It looks like this one is going to be locked in. 2 in a row, it seems. Yeah, Swagger easily so does get Jill down. And we've got the last one left. OSCB. Gonna save the AWP. Reasonable decision. Very well grounded. This AWP will be very fruitful in the next round. Although, as said, they still have enough money that they could afford to lose that, actually. Had they found enough reasoning to lose that eventually. But, yeah. There was no reason to find a few more bodies dead on the A-bomb side. There were plenty of them, so they didn't want to sacrifice one more player for nothing. 7-7. All tied up. Who's gonna take the last round of the half? Either Zonked or Regufe. Some utility damage by Zonked onto Almas as he crosses his way forward near the boiler into the boiler area. And got 2 ops. One for Swagger and one for Cases. 4 and Force. And some counter utility under the net position. Great lurk by Almas. But he's gonna be guillotined in reverse. Nice straight frag by them. Good utility usage as well. Deadly takes down OSCB. Was the closest one to the banana position. And he's gonna be denied. Still, no lever pulled to execute the B side of the map. They are still lingering, waiting for the call to be made. And it looks like they will try to convince Zonked Esports into thinking that they have gone to the A-bomb side instead, but they are still around B. And this is where 2 of those players reside. Definitely better than having only 1 player. 2 smokes lining in front, and Chill gonna pick up the first. Nicely done. He does have Hida right there to help him out. Some damage connects, but that's not good enough for the frag. Not yet. Smokes are about to dissipate, and we've got some more connecting. Bard's gonna be taking low range shots to take the triple man down to 50 HP. He's all half. Jill getting the first one. Swagger with an AWP on the counter side. He's gonna deny that triple man right there. Bart waiting for the player to shoot out his gun. He misses the first shot. He's gonna connect the second, and he does. And he's gonna go for more. Goodbye, Swagger. Perfect trigger discipline to shut them down. The first one didn't connect, but then put his crosshair a little bit lower and shut them all down. They do end up 7-8, and this is what it is. Okay, both teams switch up the sides. Regufe to continue on the city and Zonked on the opposite side. Terrorists with the bomb on OSCB's back. And again, very passive control by Zonked Esports, but more aggressive push up by Regufe Esports as they are so eager to take down this second mid presence. They'll get shut down. The first player falls. That's Swagger Almas getting heavily damaged, and they will definitely be very unsatisfied about that. They lose the first and also have a very bruised person on their side. 3 players to defend. RSF, it's all on to him. If he can get 2 there, it does get a very random shot, but that connects. Fair enough. Deadly there on long. Gets 2. USPS shots taken. Perfectly nice. But he's been shredded. That's a 2v2. Kaz is getting a plant in the corner and pushes this one over the line. Pushes this one into a post-plant scenario. Almas with a bit of a lurk in the apps. Jill to take him down. Zonked Esports continue their frags here on the T side. Shiduki left. He's got kits. He's picked them up. He's got armor as well. And this can be around for him. The thing is, there is Jill's and there is C's and there is cases, excuse me. They are sitting in their positions, waiting for the perfect time to lean out, and they line up that final shot to take him down. 8-8. Zonked Esports pick up their first pistol round in this game. And they're gonna instantly go for 3 MAC-10s, a very wise decision to make. You know your enemy is having more likely a very bad buy, or even a Nico, as we can see right here. And that's a perfect weapon for the farm up. So they can just go in and shut them all down. Bombard with the rain of bullets from that MAC-10. 2 players on the B-bomb site, 3 on A, having a bit of a stack towards the middle. Ooh, Ding comes in. MAC-10 no longer that confident perhaps, but there is the help in form of Galils. It's only 1 Galil in fact, 1 AK-47 for cases. They are all slightly damaged, but I don't think that's gonna benefit Regufe that much. They are still very susceptible to whatever Zonked Esports do here around the map. And, yep, it's gonna come down to the lawn aggression by one of the CD players. Of course, he's not gonna find anything right there, and we've got a plant being underway already. Seeded into the ground, deeply ingrained. Two MAC-10 shots in these past couple of seconds. 3 in total for Jilza, and he's gonna be very happy about that. Finally, the first man falls. There could be 2 more. Jill is heavily low. OSCB is either, but I don't think they're gonna give their lives away in this round. They're just gonna save and let Shiduki pick up this MAC-10. He's gonna get another frag on the Jill. Nice. That was a full eco round, and I think the initial point, the initial goal is already achieved. You know, they got 2 frags, and that is one of the best case scenarios you can opt for when playing a full eco round, so credit to them. Shiduki gobbling up all of those 2 frags and making Zonked Esports rebuy a little bit as they play on the T side. It's very important to not let them accumulate their cash that much, given it is way easier to march up your economy on the T side rather than city. So fair enough. OSCB slowly investigating, so does Jill. Lines up a smoke towards lawn, makes his presence known. There's one more on the opposite side that's deadly, and he smoked himself off as well. So this denies options for Zonked esports to run out of the boiler just now. So they have to keep their bodies stuck in front of the middle. Deadly could have sprayed them down perhaps, but he doesn't want to reveal his position at this point in time. And he's gonna wait for the smoke to dissipate, I guess. Still no point of contact made. To have Jilza grabbing their bomb and redirecting all of their forces back to the B-bomb side. Nobody leave any alive on the A-bomb side from their side. They will reroute towards B, fully committed. There is Almas on top of the B-bomb side. He stands, and he's gonna get the first, though taken down in reverse. He's still less than plant the bomb down, I think. 5 seconds, and that's gonna be enough. RSF, a very tricky move. Could have been a denial for the bomb planter. That's all fine. 3v3 post-plant scenario. Zonked esports are ready to go for the retake. He's just watching the banana position. Nobody's up there. Push is about to be committed towards the B-bomb side from both of the sides to coming from coffins. And there is only one left at the end of this fight. Just a couple of bullets left. He's gonna go for the reload. Swagger tries his best to win out of this round. Even if he gets the frag, it's not gonna be his round victory. So Zonked esports pick up the 10th. And this is a 2-round difference that makes a lot of mental pressure. Puts a lot of mental pressure onto Regufe esports, in my opinion. They don't have that much money to operate with. So they probably go for some upgraded pistols, some utility, maybe upgraded armor. Yep, that's going to be for 2 players. Shiduki and Almas playing with those. And we got 3 Deagles on their side. Deadly opens things up. Says goodbye to OCB with a very beautiful headshot in the middle. You always like seeing like something like that. Always so gorgeous to have a Deagle in play. This is where Regufe can thrive. They get another one. Deadly. 2 names on his kill feed. He's gonna get them down, but there is Heidi still alive. He gets 2 more. Goes for the bomb plant and makes it most likely a post-plant scenario. Ooh. Okay, there's a player coming in from the middle, so he can catch him off. Perhaps he does get him. Waits for the perfect moment to shoot his gun out, and he does get him down. A brilliant round from Regufe esports, nicely recovered. I didn't expect that. It all started with the first Deagle shot. Okay, it definitely instilled some doubt, some seed of doubt to the minds of Zonked esports, but I didn't expect for the second. I thought, okay, a Deagle shot, not a big deal for Zonked esports to recover. It should be all fine, but then I saw 3 players setting on the A-bomb side eventually at the time of their execute. That was already very, very deadly, and deadly definitely made it look deadly for them. So, as mentioned a couple of times, his nickname attests what he's up to. Almas on top, gonna be helping his teammate, goes for the spray down. Finally lands, but not for too long. He will be taken down, and Jilza will easily be able to pluck him out of the server in this one. They do get the bomb down, and position themselves well enough because there was nobody on the banana position. They can refocus solely onto the Church and CD, but they can still be paranoid about that, so Jilza has got to be very careful about that. Shiduki and his teammate coming in through the CD spawn. Jilza had a window of possibility to take them down, but it's not gonna happen. The defuse will come through despite Swagger doesn't have any kits, but they know there is plenty of time to do that, and they deliver. They absolutely deliver. The retake pays off. Shut down Zonked right there after they planted the bomb down. And equalize the score line yet again. the 21st round on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Some agility exchange, not gonna injure Zonked esports that much, but I actually thought the opposite. There were a lot of agility running in. Could have been a bit more damage from the Regufe side. Now they do have a chance to snatch out the lead, I guess. There's not a lot in terms of the weaponry here for Zonked esports. Yeah, the first one is going to be taken down. That bullet was pretty close to hitting Shiduka down to 20 HP or so, but he's got... Oh, that could have killed him, actually, because he's got no armor. No head armor, rather. Yeah. Could have been a frag for... ID in the middle of that action. Three players are left, and it looks like their final target is going to be towards B. They're trying to make this one as slow as unexpected as possible. He's gonna somewhat work out. They do get the first man down and get the bomb eventually. This has been so back and forth throughout these past couple of rounds. And again, they are having a solid chance, but they don't have any armor to work with. That's a problem. They will be very susceptible to everything Regufe are going to put up on them. They do have a Molly to throw out. The first man falls. Geo, great response from the triple position. There is one behind the pillar, and that has been red. OSCB left alone against Deadly, and he is so close, but not close enough. Is there enough time, though? It's gonna come down to the wire, but there is... Yes, there is! Just 1 millisecond, perhaps, and he would not have done it, but he did. And that's the rounds for Regufe esports at the end of the event. Oh gosh. That was so close. Hasn't been that close in this game so far, I guess. Yeah, I think Zonked will start fuming after that. They had a perfect possibility. OSCB. Gosh, 1 milliseconds and they would have done it. Shit happens, I guess. Let's put it that way. Some things are just out of our control, and that was the case for OSCB in that position. He couldn't do that a lot. Oof, always hard to rewatch those moments and realize that you were so close in the round. RSF flashed off. Could have been dangerous, but nobody from Zonked pushes on through. Which means he is all safe. Gonna be taking only 15 damage by them. And will eventually concede. ID getting a bit of damage onto Shiduki. His position is known. And they do get this information piece by piece, but it's not gonna make a lot of difference in terms of tactical moving. So they still have to figure out where they want to go. Bomb back in T-spawn as usual. First, they've got to pinpoint what's up there on the Regufe side, and then pick up the bomb and rush to either of the sites. That's the exact plan driving their minds at the moment. Guess this will be getting the first frag, opens things up, but he's not gonna get any more. Instead, Deadly recovers with another frag, and that is 4v4. 35 seconds, and Zonked esports, it's been a long time, and now they've got to decide where they want to go eventually. Looks like the bomb is about to head its way into the B-bomb side. Almas, a tricky position, is going to get the first, the second as well. Great lineup by him, and he's going to deny all the plans of Zonked esports right there towards the B side of the map. They've got to save. 10 seconds remaining. This round is done. This round is over. Regufe, nicely done by them. And also a very uncomfortable timing for Zonked esports. You don't... Like, you're walking out and you don't expect a player to be walking in your direction. Especially when you are in a 4v4. That was quite unfortunate. It could have been the opposite way, actually. I thought, you know, Almas also risks a little bit going further into that position, but it also makes sense, right? You're trying to flabbergast your enemies by your presence, and this is where the difference is. When you're trying to catch your enemy off guard when it doesn't expect it to happen. A fast-paced push by Zonked esports towards the A side of the map. It seems they do get 2 players past the smoke. That's not for a very huge success. Nothing achieved by them. And we've got a very potent setup by Regufe esports that don't let Zonked get anything through in this round. And they'll have to lose their lives, unfortunately. Nothing else to be picked up. Only 1 frag by Bart. Again, it's not gonna be a whole lot. Swagger misses 3 shots, if I'm not mistaken. Finally, the 4th one is gonna hit in. And this will be the 13th round. 3 more, and we'll crown them victorious here on the first map of Inferno. Hope you haven't ran out of snacks, ran out of munchies, because we've got still, you know, at least 3 rounds to be played out. I don't know, you've got to be a mathematician to calculate perfect amount of snacks you've got to take into watching a matchup until it ends. Yeah, you probably have to be a mathematician. I'm not, so I can't be very precise in terms of calculations. And this is why I've always been blamed at school for having bad grades for maths. But yeah, I tried my best, guys. I tried my best. Don't blame me, please. Don't kill me for that. I know there was a guy named Deadly on the Regufe side. I hope he's not gonna get mad at me. And I hope he's not a mathematician. What is important is this double man stack here on the B-bomb side, but it's not gonna yield them a lot. Our SF luckily gets 2 frags, somehow stays alive for that impact. Is gonna be shut down eventually, and the bomb is gonna be planted 3v3 again. We've seen so many 3v3s and 4v4s in this game so far. And Regufe esports have been pretty good at retaking the site, so maybe this is gonna be another one. Another one they will eventually capitalize on and pick up the 14th. They do have some utility. They're gonna clear out those choke points, and they know that it's totally clear. Shiduki coming in for a very perfect timing, very perfect position. There is one more. Not expected. He's gonna waste a couple of shots. Heidi right there, right below. Deadly finishes things off with 1 final frag, and he's gonna deliver that defuse. The presence of kids makes all the difference. 10-14, and Regufe are just 2 away. Swagger misses a very unfortunate shot right there in the middle. Although fully blind, but his crosshair was very close. Barely away from the player on the middle. Oh, Heidi is gonna be sprayed down. That's so deeply unfortunate. It's so hard to take in that you've been sprayed down like that at the beginning of the round. The entire offensive has been crumbling for Zonked esports. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to find a single round after that infamous streak by Regufe esports to wreck up. They wrecked up. And, there is still some hope for Zonked in this round. Cases is gonna be dropped down to 14 HP. There comes the bomb plant. Brilliant position by Swagger. He's gonna get the first frag into his hands. Makes it a 4v2, almost an unrecoverable situation, unless Cases has something to say about it. He gets the force out of the banana position, and makes it a more or less doable situation. Still, they are pretty much trapped. Nobody to cover off a lot of positions. Swagger and his teammates, they probably know that 2 players are behind the smoke, and this smoke will create a lot of space for the defuse. They're gonna go for another tab. That's Almas. Who is it defusing? Okay, it's Shiduki, and he's not gonna have enough time to defuse it, I believe. Maybe he does. No, he doesn't. And he's got to fall back. Will experience his death eventually. And this is the 11th round for Zonked esports. Finally, they get off of that 10-round mark where they've been stuck at for a pretty long time. Regufe esports finally let them happen. Let it happen, and it is looking like partial buy for Regufe esports in this one. Don't want to risk their entire capital on this round. Swagger still gets a frag. Deadly recovers one more as well. And we've got a very interesting round underway, ladies and gentlemen. Zonked esports are definitely scared. They don't want to lose any more players. They are in a disadvantageous position. And they are walking into the place where RSF resides. He's got an M4A1S. If they come in, he's got a very high probability of mowing them all down. He's got armor as well. That's totally fine. He's got a molly. Oh, it's not a molly, excuse me. It's on to Almas, but he'll probably has an impression that there is somebody behind the coffins, and that's gonna be the first frag. Nicely down low range, connects. There is a boost for Deadly, but he misses the shot. RSF still makes a ton of difference with that M4A1S. As forecasted, as I speculated, that is gonna be the case, and it finally was. Gets 2 frags at the end of the round. Shares the same number of frags with Deadly, and that is the 15th round. Only 1 away, and we're gonna close this second half in favor of Regufe esports. We'll see if that's gonna happen. I'm gonna terrorist timeout taken by Zonked. And they definitely need it. They have to discuss, they have to talk things through. They have to find out where is that problem. What should they fix to finally start taking down Regufe esports in those engagements. I still feel like there is a bit of a difference in terms of performance. But, you know, if you look at the score line, if you look at the score tab, to be more precise, if you look at the table, you can say that, you know, the performance is actually equally split between these two teams, and you can't you know, outline one single player that stands out the most. Of course, there are individuals that deliver more than anyone else, but overall, I would say they are pretty much equal. Got a very aggressive attempt by Regufe esports to take down Zonked in a very fast fashion, and they gotta do the first frag. Almas takes a bar down. The first enemy is eliminated, and that is one man left for the set of Zonked esports. They've lost a very big chunk of territory. Inferno is probably the only map you have to fight for the banana control on, and this is the place where they've lost their initial flashbang, and that's gonna flash cases. Unfortunately, it's not gonna bring them any impact right there. They cannot go for any refrag for now. They are still very scary. Very scared, to be more exact. Almas throws out a molly to secure. They are capped at bay for a couple of seconds, and yeah, I think eventually it has to be a redirection of things for Zonked esports. They've got to go to the A-bomb site. They don't show their presence just yet on the banana position. Well, if Cases gets the frag right there, maybe that is the call to be made, and reroute their forces over to the B-bomb side instead. But for now, it seems like A is far more doable. The smoke in front, yeah, it immediately denies all of their intentions. Case is perfectly red, 4 bullets only. There's Shiduki in the pit, and it looks like this map, well, it's not over just yet. He's got the bomb under his feet. It's already planted. 3v4 gets the first shot. Oh, SCB, nicely done. Unfortunately, he's going to be taken down. Swagger waits for one more. And that could have been a great recovery by Heidi, but it's not. The bomb is so far away. And this round, and the game itself, is done on Inferno. We are heading to map number 2. Well, as you could see, guys, easily closed out by Regufe. Why am I saying refugee? I don't want to say refugee for some reason, but yeah, Regufe Esports closed out their enemy in a 16-11 fashion on Inferno. Nicely done. And we are to expect the second map. We will go into a bit of a break and slide back into the action in just a couple of moments. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, and don't go anywhere. We are all waiting for you.
I'm trying to be, as nice and positive as possible. But Ribbon are
This game so far has been the eco round. My goodness. I mean, every team is just...
Yeah. As one crosses, he gets the kill. It's the demonic.
Got the Molly 10, yeah. Tutor on my coupe in the front of Benz, yeah. I just chopped the roof, listen inside again, yeah. Fendi on my lens, got it dope again. I see red, it's gonna make me know. Take away the pain.
Just by running, and Hips goes down, it's Nick. Nick's got 2. He's made it through, but the bomb has it. Nick, he shuts down Kuno right when they needed him most.
Dim on the lights, yeah. We get high like a spend it like a fidget, yeah.
2. Oh, Pixel. He'll find 1, he'll find 2. Right behind him, couldn't get you in team 2.
I had to fix it, yeah. Drugs to control, she done lost her soul.
And this being offside, they've got to do it fast. 25 seconds. 80Z not taking any prisoners. That's...
Like I left some back in your bitch, like I left some. I ain't so dead. Why are you mad? Treat niggas like that.
Like a great team performance coming in from Captain and Co's side, really. Like,
and we're gonna see how this one goes. For Sent by Satan.
Their side, jokes aside, I'm done. I'm literally done. Axion Esports Are you freaking kidding me? How are you coming out on top of those fights? How are you turning this round?
And there's the wallbang. Don't see that one too often, but...
It's not an option. Oh, he pre-fired. Oh, true. 90 degree, no scope, no problem.
We'll still be 3 on this beat fight. First man dead. And second. 3.
Flexes for a little bit. Now he's going to be making his way over the dark and around it on Zubok. Get the cross on the retake. Aware that it may be dark. Oh man, Frosty, he's got it.
He could have managed that economy well.
Oh, clutching grabs. He could have a second if he goes for it. He just pushes out again. This is more. What is that from QB1? He wants it. He wants the game. He wants to be able to say that he makes it. QB1 with an ace. One angle. Walking right into the crosshair Frosty. And he shuts it down. FJ now knows where to look. Frosty finds another. He's not taking any prisoners. Frosty with a third.
Contact. In position. They have me pinned. Weapons hot. Got one. Yeah. He's down. This area is clear.
The last man alive.
He has to go
has the
huge.
clutches out the 1v3. He's knocked down low from that already. 32 seconds left, and it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Hyenas Unity pick up the final kill and win the Volpid series 3-1 on Inferno.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you're back to witness yet another map of the best of 3 series. It is Regufe Esports versus Zonked. Just to remind you, we have finished the first map already. That was the peak of Regufe Inferno, to be more exact. And it turned out 16-11 for them, as speculated that it was going to be a victory for them on the first map. But that was a very good resistance by Zonked, actually. They did their best to shut down them in the beginning of the game. Really took over by a couple of rounds, but then, you know, it was a very toe-to-toe game. I couldn't say that somebody was outweighing another. That was by Regufe at the end, but that was off of the retakes and stuff like that, where it was very close. 3v3s, they've been prevalent around the map, and unfortunately was taken out by Regufe. We'll see how this one goes on Vertigo. This is the map we're gonna continue our series with. The map peak of Zonked, and I'm really curious how do they play on this map. Haven't seen them play on it just yet. Although they probably have, I just didn't have enough time to skim through the matches the Volpid series Season 3 has had with them. And yeah, I'm really curious. Lots of curiosity surrounding this whole matchup, Regufe versus Zonked. Regufe originates from Portugal, I guess. Yep, from Portugal. And Zonked from the Netherlands. 2 countries with different cultures, with different languages, with different styles of play in CS. We know that Portuguese, I'm not sure if they're that close to Brazilians. Could be, in terms of mentality. Although, well, they speak the same language, right? Brazilians and Portuguese, but I'm not exactly sure if they are the same in terms of behavior in CS. Maybe they're also a bit explosive. If they are, I would very much like to see that in action, which we sorely saw. Well, just based on the pace of action Regufe Esports were able to put up on the previous map, you could definitely say that they are very aggression driven. To some extent, that is a whole lot of truth. But we'll see in this matchup as they will come against the opponent's map pick. And I'm sure there will be less confidence on their side on this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Refuge or Goofy, you've got to prove me wrong on this one. Hope you will. Looks like the matchup is about to start. He's about to kick in. We've got the... We don't have any NF rounds. It's all already decided. Seems like Zonked will be playing on the... I wonder, where are they going to play on? I think it's going to be a T side, and Regufe will stick to the city eventually. We'll see that in just a couple of moments. We do have some technical problems, perhaps, that linger the game just a little bit, but don't go far off your seats, guys. We'll be right back in just a couple of seconds, I guess. The production team makes their best to fix all the issues, all the problems we currently have. It looks like it's already been fixed. It's totally fine. We do have the pistol round about to start off here in Vertigo, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a little bit different. Zonked on the CD side and Regufe on the T. Have fun, have fun. You can see that in the chat. At least I can, and I really hope we're gonna have a lot of fun on this one, as we've got Regufe marching their way into the A-bomb side. It seems some utility will be missed. There's one more flashbang and a smoke to accompany their play, and now they slow things down a bit, waiting for some aggression by Zonked from the back. Probably trying to allure them into thinking that they are all right here and make them act from the other side of the map, from the back. Not gonna be the case. Zonked are well cemented on their positions. It's Bard and OSCB to watch off the most part of the A-bomb site. And we've got Jills in rotations as well. Looks like the final destination is gonna be A. No juggle of plans right here. Bard on top, plus his teammate. They do deliver. The bomb is gonna be planted down. RSF does get it. And that's a 4v5. No kits available for the Rizwan. Sorry about that. Jill does wield that very precious piece of equipment on his belt. Heidi coming in from the corner. We're going to be guillotining that player just around. And it's a 4v2. The bomb is going to be defused, perhaps. Not yet. It will be, as Heidi picks up the final frag and collects the defuse kits eventually. That's the first round for Zonked. Great job. That became very messy on the A-bomb side, I should say. Could have gone both ways. Or Goofy, great resistance, but yeah, those USPS shots taken from low range, way better compared to Glocks. Unfortunately, that was proven exactly that way. Maybe we'll see a different picture. I'm a bit confused by Regufi's play here on the T side on Vertigo so far. They've had 2 misses of utility, and this is another uncharacteristic miss, as they were coming closer to the B side of the map. Luckily, there was nobody close to hear that, but still, that's a little bit awkward. You shouldn't be missing smokes like that. Some uncommunicated stabs by the teammates caused the player to miss the smoke. Jesus, on top of the crates, will be getting the first frag. Deadly coming on through, getting trade one. That's a 4v3. So far, this force buy works out very well for their side, and they're gonna get the bomb down as well. That's off of the bomb plan they delivered in the previous round, mind you, so that is a very great... That's gonna be a very great victory for them if they manage to pick up this round. 3v4 as mentioned, 2 pieces of kits available on 2 players. There's one taken down. Here comes the second. Swagger plus his teammate. Bard is heavily low. 3 HP only, and he's gonna flick him out. Bard You've been denied. Goodbye, my friend. Annihilation all over your face. And you'll be put onto a spare couch in that round, my friend. Head into the third instead. 1-1. We were all tied up. A brilliant play by Regufe as they take the round back. And, you know, no pistol round made a difference. None of that. You know, when your enemy has been allowed to plant bombs out and you know that it's going to be presumably a full buy, you've got to be ready for that. They probably were, but this is where the starting point is defined. If you manage to take down the force buy off a win in the pistol round, then you can say that the rest, or like the two following rounds will be in your favor. But until you did that, it is very hard to say who's going to come out on top, because there is not a lot of difference between force buys of teams that have lost a pistol round and a team that has won it instead. So you've got to be very careful about that. Indeed, Jill getting a couple of frags right there too, in fact. But that will be the only piece of morsel he'll be able to chew on. 1v3 does collect a Galileo into his hands, and he's going to probably have to save it. There's nothing more he can account for in this round, unless he somehow fools his enemies into rotating back into the A-bomb side, hunting him down, and then he would easily come and defuse the bomb in a very stealth fashion. But that is not going to happen. You've got to... you probably have to pulverize some... you know, some delusive gas in order to fool Regufe Esports into following all of your thoughts that are on your mind. You know, rotate back, leave the A-bombs, leave the B-bomb side, and I'm gonna defuse the bomb. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. It doesn't work that way. They wish it worked, actually. Pretty sure about that. I could be wrong. Okay? Chat, don't blame me for that. Give your comments, give your likes, tell us how do you feel about this game, what are your thoughts. Regufe and Zonked having a clash between each other. We do have a very, very aggressive attempt by Zonked Esports to take down the mid control, and they do that. 4v4, a lot of steps being heard, and Regufe easily being able to redirect all of their power into the B-bomb side instead. Shiduki with a brilliant position right there knows there was nobody practically on the B-bomb side, so they could easily walk in and shut the entire set piece down as they were rotating back. So, yep. Getting ahead of their enemies in this round and doing everything they need to secure the round. Still credit to the city side for picking up 2 frags at the end. It does bring the economy of Regufe a little bit down, but still it's good for the rebuy. He's just emptying all of his pockets for the AWP. That's a costly investment for Zonked, so they've got to drive out on top. If they don't, that is another potential monetary crisis for them. So they've got to prove, they've got to like offset what they've invested. So they really have to opt for this round at this point. If they lose, the Regufe are having a very solid chance to pick up the 5th round at the end of the day and make it a very hard to deal with situation for Zonked Esports. So they've got to make their best in order to shut down the Portuguese in this one. We got a couple of bullet exchanges right there. Bart will be taking him down, and the door is closed towards A. Bart brilliantly does that. Convinces the rest of the Regufe side that it's not a good idea to execute A. Instead, they have to relent. If you didn't know that, guys, if you just joined us, Regufe have picked up the first map. It was Inferno, they were mapping. Now we are witnessing the map pick of Zonked. And so far, this fifth round is looking more or less good for them. That is a brilliant utility usage. No more on the B-bomb side, guys. It's already clear. RSF will have an easy route. Planting the bomb down here in the corner. Good cover to plant in. 4v4, the retake begins. As they gather all of the corps together to have some utility to throw out. Deadly, brilliant AWP usage. Does get 2 RSF to complement this string of kills towards the electric area, and that's going to be dealt with 1-4. Regufe esports recover. Despite losing the first player on the A-bomb side, they still get it done in their favor. 4-1, 3-round difference, and we've got Zonked esports on their back feet. As mentioned, they don't have enough utility. They don't have enough money to operate. They've spent all of it in the previous round, so now they have to rely solely on those upgraded pistols, and that's it. Nothing more. Close up engagement. OSCB does respond, but the same does Swagger. That's good enough for the round conversion, it seems. Shiduki running on through into the B sides. RSF spots out High D, who misses a couple of first shots. Could have been his frag had he hit a headshot or 3 shots in the body. Yeah, that's the 6th round going the way of Regufe esports yet again. Not a lot Zonked esports can do in this one. They do lose 3 armors, I guess, so that was a waste of money. Edley will be picking out the final frag. And who's the leader of the scoreboard? I wonder. Okay, for Zonked esports, it is Jill, driving at the top. I'm not sure who was the top of the score line in the previous. I think it could be Cases because he got a lot of AWP shots. I feel like this is the map he's got to engage a lot. This is the map where he's got to put his piece of impact in and try to deliver. It was very crucial in the previous map for Zonked esports, and he's going to prove the same here on the Vertigo map. As he plays on the city side. The point of departure here for Zonked esports, and they're going to pick up as many as possible, and he's going to get the first. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Nicely done. They also know there was one more player right there because... well, they don't, excuse me. You can do that without having a boost, but there was actually one. They'll still have an eye on that. And watch that off very rapidly. For V5, we have seen Regufe esports into the same situation a couple of times. They are still capable of charting this back. And this starts out well with the first frag. Great recovery. Bar down. The player who has been down for, a couple of times in those return engagements. Shiduki is out of the game for Regufe, and they are yet to pull their feet off into the A-bomb site. Seems like it's gonna happen right now. 30 seconds on the clock. They're gonna go and get the bomb down. They see the gun bell. We're gonna get the first. RSF opens up. 25 seconds. The rest of the team watching off, making sure nobody comes through the smoke. There is another one. Spray down connects. Heidi's down. That's another one by RSF. They're gonna put up so many frags on the board, which means automatically Zonked esports are ready to lose this round as well. OSCB, you can try as you might, but I don't think you'll find any success at this point in time. You've got to go for the AWP, go grab it, and save it on the next round. This is it. 1-5, about to be turned into the 6th for Regufe, and they will be very happy about that. The map peak of their enemy. The map peak of their enemy, and Zonked esports performed way better. It feels like they had a way better grip on the first map. You couldn't say that in the beginning, which can be said about this map as well. They can probably change the tide, you know, turn the corner here against Regufe in this round as well, but yeah, it has to come down to breaking the economy of Regufe esports. Some shots taken. Almaz tempted. He's tempted into coming on through. Some damage lost as a result of coming through his own molly, but he's gonna get the frag, and that is what matters the most. 3v4. Plenty of time on the clock, and Regufe can do anything they'd like. There is one player barking the ladder. Rather, climbing the ladder down. RSF actually missed him. So that can be that element of surprise they could capitalize on, but still, considering the positions, this very well may be the round of Regufe esports without any complications. But hang on a second, there is still cases on top of the B-bomb side. He's gotta be denied. And he will. Deadly picks him off, and that's the 7th round for Regufe esports. Nothing piecing together for Zonked esports. Unfortunately, they are stuck in the same position. 1 round only, and that was the pistol round. After that, Regufe esports picked up 7 in a row. Not a single allowed for Zonked esports. That is unfortunate. Very painful to see. And got cases down to 18 HP so far. Alma's getting the first one. Brilliant repeat by OSCB. Getting the numbers back, but they are so heavily bruised. 2 of those. 2 players. 44 and 18. 1 more 100 HP player will be falling down. And that alleviates a lot for Regufe esports yet again as they come into the B-bomb site, which is fully naked. There is nobody right there. Nobody to defend it. There comes another frag. And another. RSF continues to dominate them. 3 frags to his name. And he wants more. He's not good up just yet. And he's gonna get it. OSCB to be finally down. RSF, 4 frags in total. And he's gonna be very happy about that. Drinks that all in. And makes sure the 8th round is also theirs. Good job. The piggy bank is full of money. The piggy bank is full of very good grip on this game so far. 8 rounds is not a joke. You've got to be very careful, Zonked esports, and you've got a very bad buy right here. Well, same for Regufe. They can somehow allow Zonked esports to pick up the round and have the entire half slip out of their hands. That could be, you know, 9-6 or something. But considering how good they've been, it can be still another round for them. Deadly getting the first. Case is down. The first threat is eliminated towards the B side of the map. And there's one more. If they deny him, they can be sure this round is almost theirs. One more towards short. Shiduki. Brilliant spray transfer right there. He's waiting for another lean out by Heidi in that position, but he's not going to provide it. Instead, falls back a little bit. Shiduki waits for his teammate to plant the bomb down. That's Swagger. He's got an AWP in his hands. Going to be jumping over. Crosses the line. Temporarily safe. AWP scoped in. He's got a molly as well to throw out and cover that action line. There is Shiduki up close, and they're gonna clean things up here on the B-bomb side. Shutting down 2 players. No response seen by Regufe. And that is the round I was talking about. They had only 1 rifle. That was for Heidi. And the rest were playing with only upgraded pistols. That was it. And they still pick up their round. Brilliant job by them. Still, it doesn't guarantee they'll pick up the following up, but we'll see. We will definitely see. 2-8. Finally, they get off that round mark they've been glued to for a very long time since the beginning of the game. Ooh, that's a nice utility. That's a nice nade to chip those players down to half HP. Almaz, he doesn't know that, but once it comes down to having engagements with them, that's something that's gonna make a lot of difference. unless Regufe receive the same nade in the next couple of seconds. Silence across the map. Those players are getting ready for the execute towards a... Oh, missed Molly. That's gonna create a lot of problems. They don't know whether there's a player right there or KZ is getting a frag of the deadly. And this makes things a lot worse than they could think of. That nade doesn't make a lot of difference just yet. That op does instead. Oh, STB getting a frag of the Almas. He's gonna shut him down, and we've got a 3v5. Options heavily limited. They are stuck on the A-bomb side. Or Goofy, they've got to come through. They've got to walk in. They get the first frag at least. But is it enough? Gets another one. OSCB, red. And that will be the frag for Swagger. The second one to his piggy bank, but that will be the limit. The cap has been achieved. And the third round for Zonked is either. So... we've got a pause requested by Regufe esports. They've got 3 more left. This is their first pause they are taking, and I think we had one by Zonked already on this map, but we haven't had any from Regufe. So yeah, this is the first time they are taking the pause, and like this is exactly what I'm talking about. Each time I somehow try to give a team, you know, a mental possibility to break out of the crisis, to break out of the meltdown, to finally, you know, break the point of stagnation in the game. They somehow do that, and especially with lesser weapons. That feels like a curse of CS when you get over your enemies with way lesser weapons. And you do that not only with one round, but you do that with one round that gives you a whole lot of pace moving into the next ones. So, I don't know how it works, but CS is sometimes superficial. Let's put it that way. Heidi spots out the player towards the boost. They are not going to go for the repeak just yet. Bart throws out the utility, plays this one very safely. He doesn't want to risk his life. Instead, there is Heidi with a flashbang of his own. Bart will try to make a cross. The smoke covers him off. Almas getting a very easy frag, and crucial as well. It opens up a hell of possibilities for them to run into the B-bomb side. They get another one. Cases right there with the op. He's gonna get one more. He does it. But is it good enough for the round victory? Still the question to be answered. 2v3. We've got 2 players coming in together from both of the sides. There is one on short. The second shows a different round. Through the city spawn he goes. And he's gonna lose his life, unfortunately. So that's a round for Goofy again. The 9th. And they are approaching the 10 round mark. Double digits could be reached in this first half. I do think it's gonna happen eventually. They are, you know, they still, it feels like they are, I don't want to say they are tactically better or something. It's just the aiming skills that come out on top in most of those engagements. These guys are crazy. You know, even if Zonked lose the game, I feel like they'll still be proud of themselves for what they've done. Great performance by them thus far. Cases getting an up shot through the wall. It connects. Jill famous as well. There was one player taken down. Make it the second. Deadly with another deadly sequence of frags over the B-bomb side. He waits for one more. He can get it. Absolutely can. He's quite a machine. Swagger does have utility as well. He can throw it out. Does get an AWP shot, and Aces drops down as well. How is this happening? How are they still alive on this B-bomb side? 2 players turning this round into a whole mess for Zonked esports. Jill walking out, waits for the lean out by Swagger, and he's gonna get things done. Recovers the round. Finishes what his teammates started. That was very close. I don't know how Regufe almost recovered the round, but that was damn close. Luckily, Jill finds the perfect timing to get out of the smoke and shut down their intentions to revert the round back in their favor. He finishes what his ancestors started, what his teammates began in the round. That was cases with Barda, I guess. I don't remember exactly who was there on the B-bomb side. But yeah, that was brilliant job. Only one on B. That's the AWP. That whips the shot. And Regufe will proceed. Their feet are about to be located onto the B-bomb side eventually. High D receives a lot of damage, but most importantly, he does get a frag down to 5 HP. He goes, gets out of the short area, does swoop onto the player up close, gets him down. Jill makes it a 2-on-2, equalizes. And he does have a flash mid to throw out as well. These two players are behind the smokes. They can smoke the bomb and defuse it. It can be the case. They're spraying it down, but that's not gonna find any kill just yet. It's gonna be a round victory for Zonked. What a ballsy man to go for the defuse in the smoke. And he does that. Wow, I didn't see it coming, to be honest. The fact that he had a smoke in his hands to locate that well, to prevent Regufe Esports from seeing him there, that is the thing. That is that little spice, that little thing that saved the day for Zonked in that round. They've got to be so lucky about that. There's a peek by OCB. Turns it back into a favor for B2. As of yet, not a lot of options here for Regufe Esports. They do get to the B-bomb side, actually, so it's all fine. There is only one player on the T side remaining. That's Deadly. We know how deadly he can be from the previous game, from the previous map, and so is in this one. They can go for the defuse. Deadly does get the shot, but it's not going to be a round victory for him. It is the 6th round ensured by Zonked, and they do get a very nice comeback at the end, I should say. They lost a lot of rounds that could have been theirs, that should have been picked up earlier, but they still make a good recuperation at the end, and I really appreciate it. The dedication of those boys, not giving up, not giving in, still keeping themselves afloat. And that's going to be something they will be very happy about as well. Let's see how this second half goes. So far, you know, it's only been resistance from the Zonked side, it feels, because, you know, even in rounds where they picked up those, it still felt like Regufe had, you know, a little bit more power, a little bit more feeling that they will win out the round. So yeah, it feels like Regufe are a little bit better in terms of you know, aiming skills, maybe some positioning, maybe some executes, utility usage and stuff like that. But it's really hard to say that. It's hard to draw a line between these two teams that would separate them, you know, between each other. It's hard to say that one is better than another. It's quite equal. Okay, the second pistol round to kick off the second half, and we've got a fast execute by Zonked Esports. Out of the short area they go. Deadly getting a frag with the USPS. There is nobody else here on B, so they've been cut up with the smokes. Great utility usage indeed. This will buy them a lot of time. This bomb will be planted, and there are still kids on the Shidoki, so this is great news for Regufe as they will be executing the retake here onto the B-bomb side. Alma's getting a very crucial frag. Ourself to help him out. He's heavily low, 13 HP only. And they are known to be both there So Zonked Esports can channel their sight onto that position, but not for too long. They'll be shut down, and that will be a defuse for Shiduki at the end. Does come through, and reaches the double digits for Regufe. That wasn't reached on the first half, but it is now on the second, right at the start. And they'll definitely be happy about that. Round 17 flows in. And we've got Zonked with a responsive buy. Could be good for the recovery. If you remember what happened on the first half, that was Zonked Esports to take down Regufe in the pistol round, and then Regufe bounced back immediately afterwards, so you've got to be careful about that. Both teams rather, are taking this one very slowly, very carefully, attentive to details. Don't want to lose anything on their way through. And so far it looks like an execute by Zonked Esports towards B. Can be fruitful, can be successful. And nade deployed, that's got a cheap OSCB down to 62 HP. That player hiding behind the smoke. Oh, a lot of problems here for Regufe. See, still alive right there, but he's gonna be shut down eventually. That's a 5v3, make it 4, but still a very good position for Zonked Esports to be in. The retake is definitely on the cards, but is it going to be successful? The question remains the same. They have this side of the map covered, so RSF, excuse me, is not going to have a lot of room to work with Mafini, and he's been spotted, and that second player leans out at the right time to shut him down eventually. So 3-2, Regufe have got to relent. They've got to fall back and rely on those weapons they are going to save in the next round. That's the response. Exactly what they needed. Looks like Zonked are willing to make this whole matchup go the distance. They are not done just yet. The first cadaver in the form of Swagger. Here comes another frag by Shiduki. Eagle shot, always crispy by him. And really good response by them as they equalize the numbers on the table. Same can be said about the weapons, because we've got an M4A1S, we've got a FAMAS, a Deagle, also a Smoke, a Molly, and a Flashbang for Almas. Where Almas is, he's currently around the B-bomb side, so this utility will be very useful to use. He's gonna place it, he's gonna position it well enough, gets a little bit ahead of the first two players coming on through, but will touch the last, which is very great news for him. Shiduki coming in from the back and denies all of the plans there for them. Daily to put up the last dot in the sentence, and this will be it. The 11th round for Regufe. Refugi. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. It's probably because the first time I saw their name, I wanted to say refugee, but then I looked closer, looked better, and then it turned out it has to be Regufe. So, yeah, for some reason I sometimes missay that. But either way. Oh, a bit of, a bit of lag spotted. That's gonna be worth 44 health point damage. Copes are more likely being hurt, but still shouldn't be a big problem for them, as they are intentionally willing to expose their presence right there. There comes the first frag. by Bart. Loses a bit of HP in the process. Has been halved down to 48, but it's totally fine as long as they maintain the man advantage. Should be good enough for the round conversion. Swagger spots out the player towards the middle. That's the only player right there, so they don't have to worry about it that much. While the rest of the execute is coming in toward the A-bomb side. Lord, they've been baited, they've been allured into thinking that it's gonna be a split onto B. But look at those frags. All of a sudden, 3 immediate frags by Regufe esports, and they make it a very doable situation. 3v2. Been like that for a couple of rounds so far. Now they are into the retake. They do have dev kits, so the time shouldn't be a big problem for them. They don't have to fake it. They just have to shut down those bodies. The first one drops, but for the side of Regufe. OSCB on the other side, on short. They're gonna go for the top of the bomb, and he's gonna get the frag. Oh gosh, OSCB could have won out the round, but that is not going to happen. Regufe pick up the 12th, and they distance themselves away from Zonked esports, which is a bit unfortunate. But I do feel like the Netherlands still has a chance in this one. 7-12. They've got to pick up 5 rounds in a row. They do have a very slack buy, but that still can be pretty good one for the round victory. It looks like it's not. MO down delivered by Regufe, and this is all finished for them this round. Nothing established. Only 1 frag, I believe. And that was their cap limit. 7-13, and finally have a full outload of weapons here for their side. The T's will have a nice set of 5 AKs behind their backs. We'll soon witness them in their hands, I believe, because for now we do have all the players with knives out. And yeah, we do have a bit of an attack pause as it was requested by Regufe. Seems like they want to finish this off real quick. Don't want to waste any time playing this game with their enemies. Don't want to leave them a single piece of hope to drive out this game in their favor. Although it's their map pick, I don't think it's well, it's at least it's going to be a very arduous task for them to pull back. 6 round difference, and we've seen actually a lot of misses by Regufe in terms of utility, which somewhat proves that this is not their best map at the moment, but they are definitely playing it at least up to the level of their enemies, up to the level of Zonked esports. Well, even, you know, if you look at the number of rounds, you could even say that it's even more than their limit, than their extent. So, yeah, even better to some level. One-way smoke by Deadly to watch off the play of Jill. Jill's also being very careful about that. He knows that there might be somebody watching it off. The 21st round in position, hiding in a frag onto Swagger, who was there to push up the middle. Deadly still holds Tron on the A-bomb side, does keep his nerve present, and this will cause the rotations from Zonked to the B-bomb side instead. 2 of the Regufe players are on A, and we've got only 1 here on the B-bomb side. Off angle held, but that's not going to be a single frag by him. It looks like this round may very well be over for Regufe esports. They'll probably go for this one. Just looking at the minimap, they want to go, they want to fight. They want to win this one out. Almas heavily... Excuse me, Heidi heavily low, but still a 3v1 at the end, and no chance for Regufe to recover, so 13 rounds remain the same. Alright. same number of rounds I was pointing out in the previous game. 3 only, and they'll crown themselves victorious in this matchup. They'll pave their way into the semifinals. And whoever wins this matchup will finally end up playing against Roblox Gaming in the semifinals. Deadly boosted. And he's gonna deliver a frag off of that boost. That is exactly what you have to do if you have a bit of a bad buy and you've got to get a bit of innovative, you know, you've got to think out of your box, and this is where it makes a difference. Regufe esports, well done by them. Pretty common boost, but you don't always expect that boost to happen, so yeah. We'll see how this continues. 4v5. Still better weaponry for Zonked esports, I would say, and they clear things up on the V-bomb side. Swagger does overwhelm OCB with his set of bullets out of the M4A1S. And we do have Heidi quite susceptible. He's still waiting for the rest of the pack to join his back. And there will be a smoke towards the E-box. Swagger, perfect molly used. Oh, it's not gonna land. It hasn't landed, and that's a problem. They'll have an easy route into the B-bomb side, excuse me. They'll be able to plant the bomb down and make it a 3v3. Swagger has been accompanied by a good flashbang from the back. Deadly as well. Charms in with a frag, and he's gonna get another one. Closes things out here in the round number 22. Brings the 14th out of their board and makes this one even farther from being a reality for Zonked esports to make a comeback. They did show a couple of signs, but they were very fleeting, very temporary. They couldn't cling to the momentum they could probably get, and that is unfortunate for them, but you know, the winner is the one who deserves it, and I think Regufe definitely do. Ooh, the first frag, a little bit sloppy, but he still gets it. OCB down. The first frag works out well. The first engagement works out well. That's what I was going to say. The frag works out well for the 15th round as well, which could be the case. 5v4, a shotgun for Heidi. Lord, that's not the best weapon. It's good for the close-up fight. Now he goes for the AK-47. Picks it up from the dead body of his teammate, and yeah, should be fine. Definitely better than playing with a shotgun, considering these circumstances. Still do have a bit of utility to operate here for Zonked esports. Oh, a player spotted. 2 players spotted. That's a spray down. Double spray down by Jill. That's actually Bar to help him out, but still, nevertheless, a brilliant impact by them. There is still one more bottleneck standing at the E-bomb side. Another one charms in as well with their presence. Swagger does have a bit of a gap to work with, but that will be capitalized in reverse. Cassie is getting a frag, and that's a 2v3. A very arduous task for them to recover. And they will probably have to save. At least this is what Shiduki is thinking about. And yeah, from this point it becomes a stalemate decision. Just go for the save. You don't have any ability, any possible option to retake the site. 1 bullet and you're dead. 1 little chip of utility and you're also dead. 1 little leg shot and you're also dead. Like, everything means death, so you don't have to go for the round, rather save. Yeah. The 24th round And we've got Regufe esports experiencing not the best times with their economy. Finally, it's been broken, and this definitely allows Zonked esports to gain a bit of momentum here as they move into the round number 24. As they move into the game, Heidi receives quite a lot of damage. There comes the push, Deadly takes him down, and the first frag is theirs, but the round is not. Zonked esports instantly take the initiative and rush themselves into the A-bomb site, plant the bomb down, and force this one into a post-plant scenario. Like, there is not a lot, at least for these 3 players with USPSs to save, but they do have an F4A1S, they do have an AK-47, which was recovered, and that will be a great save for them, a great portion of weapons to bring into the next round. I feel like these USPSs will be just waiting for the exit frags. Yeah, RSF tries to keep them close enough to the bomb explosion, but they'll still have enough time to escape and find themselves totally good. OSCB could have been down, but he still stays alive, and that's 4 players finding themselves with the same weapons and with the same armor into the next round. They don't have to rebuy that much, only utility required and nothing else. We do have Swagger, excuse me, we do have Deadly on top of the scoreboard in terms of the frags, not in terms of the score points. Just sometimes what I find a little bit weird, like you have the top of the frags, but you're still, you know, you can be far away somewhere in the end of the scoreboard. Oh gosh, another boost by Deadly, and that's gonna pay off again. Nobody supervises, nobody has any portion of doubt on that position. CB very slowly, but he does find the right place to plant the bomb down. Deadly doesn't poke his head out. Waits for his moment of play. Does get OCB, and that pulls this one into a very harsh to play position for Zonked. They are into a 3v5, and there comes the spray down by Deadly. They all drop in a blink of a second, and this will be a round for them. The 15th and only one separating them from taking the map victory, and so is the game. Ooh. Regufe knocking on the door of semifinals, I guess. Early utility usage by Regufe as usual. Off of the construction. No action yet across the map. Two teams trying to be as stealth as possible, finding the first point of contact. Of course, they will be very careful about that as, wow, what a nice read by Shiduki. Does spray OCB down to 20 HP only, and that's gonna make this execute a little bit harder, but there are still heroes to step up. Bar getting a refrag, Swagger with the AWP. This is getting nervous for Zonked Esports. This is about to be closed out, and they are at the edge. They've got to be very careful. 3v4. Somebody has to deliver. Somebody has to step up with the frag. Swagger gets another. Cases charms in with one of his own. The bomb is planted for him, so this is a brilliant position to play from. Does get another. Deadly down, and so are the rest two players. Swagger and Elmas out of the game they go. Jill to line them up, and he brings the 11th round for his team. Regufe Esports, that was a 3v2, but luckily Zonked had the right positions, they had the right bomb plant, they had the right weaponry, and they had the right people to decide the outcome of the round in their favor. So 11 to 15, and we've got 3 M4s. There has been a solid upgrade in many players' weaponry set. Many players switch back to playing M4 with the silencer at the end, as it was in, back in old days. First frag found. Heidi getting this one. Jill trying to pave his way to the A-bomb side. The player was aware of it, but Elmas behind the sandboxes. This is the element of surprise they needed. That's a 2v2. Case is still alive. He has been very influential with that AWP, and he's got to be denied if Regufe want to take this round back and finally close out the game. It's a 2-on-2. The AWP missed shots. The escape almost possible, but it's not. Cases only 3 HP, and he's gonna be dealt with. GG, ladies and gentlemen. This is the victory for Regufe Esports as they take down the final 2 frags, the final 2 players on the A-bomb side. This is their victory. This is the fate of Zonked. Unfortunately, they lose the game, and this is yeah, this is really unfortunate because they had a lot of moments where they should have stepped up, should have won a couple of rounds, but still a very good resistance, a very good attempt to come back, though the opposite team appeared to be a little bit better. Regufe turned out on top, and that is them proceeding to semifinals at the end of this matchup. Congratulations. Really appreciate them playing in this beautiful tournament. Appreciate bringing their portion of impact, their portion of history to this whole event. And I want to say a big thank you to the production, to the entire staff that is responsible for running all of these events. Really, really nice to have you guys as a team organizing these events, and I'm pretty sure you guys on the other side of our screens that you definitely enjoy them. I do think we are going to have some interviews with Regufe Esports, and yeah, it seems like we are going to have an interview. Hi Shiduki.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, you guys?
Yeah, I'm doing fine as well. Thank you very much. So a couple of questions, like interview questions about the game we've just witnessed between you guys and another team from the Netherlands, I guess. How, like, I saw you obliterating the enemy in some moments, you were destroying them. But at the same time, it didn't feel that way, that much, because during the cast, I felt like that was a very close game. You had a lot of rounds where it was a 3v3, a lot of post-plan scenarios that could have been yours, could have been theirs. And yeah, guys, just share some words about like your communication. How did you achieve that victory on both of the maps?
We started off in the Vita. We had an idea what we are going to play, and we were thinking we were going to play Mirage and Inferno on the first two maps. And the Vertigo peak was a surprise for us, but that wasn't a problem. So in Inferno, we were just trying to do our game and focusing round by round. And if it was close, it was close. If we won rounds by luck, at least we won them. So that's what matters. In Vertigo, we were more loose, so we didn't have many tactics, or close to zero, because we don't play that map. So it was a close game in Inferno, not so close one in Vertigo, but it was a good game nonetheless.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game, and I spotted you guys like based on what you said that Vertigo is not the best map of your pool. Yeah, you were actually, you know, missing a lot of smokes, which was a little bit awkward sometimes. Sometimes they were not intentional, of course, but yeah, this is something that showed a bit of difference between you guys playing on Vertigo and on Inferno. Well, yeah, congratulations with the victory. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next stage of this tournament, and I wish you all the best, guys. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Feels like we are going to have another interview in just a couple of moments. Hey there.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Could be better, obviously, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, guys, that you lost a matchup against your enemies, but I want to say that you did very well. Do you feel yourself proud despite losing both maps, or you still wish it?
Nah, we weren't good enough. It's
Okay.
just the fact.
I see. Yeah, it was actually a very close game in my opinion. On Inferno, the very least, you had a lot of very close situations where you end up on B, I guess, and there were like a lot of 3v3s happening.
Yeah, our post
and,
plans just weren't good enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, you definitely lost a lot there. I was casting the matchup and I was thinking, Lord, these guys, they should have won out the round. If they had won out the round, that could have been a different game already. And but you know, still credit for trying and making this one a possibility here in quarterfinals. I'm curious, what are your plans with the team in terms of resolutions, in terms of your progress in the future tournaments? Are you planning to, you know, work more? Are you planning to have some increased number of practice?
Well, first of all, we should find a steady lineup. We've played Volpid every game basically with a different lineup, so we're already very proud to kind of where we gotten with, you know, a different lineup every game, because we just haven't been able to find a steady IGL. Again, our previous IGL, I'm not gonna talk shit about him, but he left, basically, let's say that. So I had to take over on last minute, and yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, guys, was very, I really enjoyed the game between you and the guys from Portugal. I wish you all the best coming into the next tournaments, and I hope to see you in the next season of Volpid series, perhaps.
Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Alright, bye-bye.
Well, as you could see, this was the interview with the player from the losing team. Unfortunately, they let that one slip out of their hands, but it was a very nice brawl, and I hope you enjoyed, guys, this beautiful brawl between these two teams. Guys coming from different lands, from different countries, and getting together on the same server to play against each other. Hope you enjoyed these two games on Inferno and Vertigo. I wish it was the third map actually, but yep, it is what it is. Thank you for hopping in, guys. I hope you have had enough munchies and snacks to fuel your presence with us, to make it more interesting and funny to witness. So yeah, I think we're gonna say goodbye for now. I wish you all the best on the other side of the screen. And I guess we are looking forward to seeing more matches played out. We've got semifinals coming up next in the bracket, and that is definitely going to be interesting to watch. So yeah, guys, thank you very much, and have a good evening. Whatever your time zone is, we are all big part of this Volpid series, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.
I'm trying to be, as nice and positive as possible. But Ribbon are just,
This game so far has been the eco rounds. My goodness. I mean, every team is just...
Here. As one crosses, he gets the kill. It's the demonic.